Coming up today is the new Christian Louboutin Fluid Foundation, along with two new products from Benefit, the Benefit Blush and Highlight and Benefit Blush and Bronzer mini palettes. They're very, very cute. We also have the T28 Lipsoftie Tinted Lip Treatment in a few shades, and then we finish off today with the Nudestix Nudescreen Blush and Lip Tint with Mineral SPF 30 in also a few shades. Hello, PRINTcesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. We have 4 more products that you just heard about in today's video, so sit tight. I'm so glad to have you here. Don't forget that you can also follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, and on Threads. So yesterday was Saturday and I had 4 new products, and today we have 4 more new products. January was just a 1-2 punch, 1, 2, 3, 4 punch with all of these new products, and I just decided to group them and show you everything. So we're going to talk about it, but if you are in a time crunch or only need to see one product, please make use of the very liberal timestamps below. They are listed in the description bar, and you can also just scroll along them here to find exactly what you need, but I sure hope that you are here for all of it. All of the products are listed below for your buying pleasure, along with information on the much appreciated super thanks and on our $4.99 a month members only group. We meet weekly, members only lives, and we'd love to see you there. Okay, let's talk about what we got on tap for today. The first thing we're going to talk about is the much anticipated Christian Louboutin Fluid Foundation. This one is $77. I am not surprised. It's Louboutin, right? Have you ever worn his shoes? Because I have. None of them are comfortable unless they're flat. I have. I've worn them. They're very, very uncomfortable, but they're beautiful. And we'll see if that's the case with this fluid foundation. We are in the middle of what I think should be an 8 or more hour wear test. So stick around for that at the end. This comes in 24 shades, $77 as I said. I picked up the shade 20 and Nude. I wish I had had it here early. It is a bit of a gamble with shipping, you guys, as you probably know yourself. I went ahead and ordered this off the Christian Louboutin site, and it took forever to get here, and when, the next day Nordstrom had it and I could have just picked it up in store. Happens. This is a matte liquid light veil breathable foundation. It's high coverage and buildable. Interesting to me because a really good full coverage foundation is not easy to find. Okay, so we'll see if this is a good one or not. Stick around for that. We're also going to be looking at some lip and blush products because we've had a whole slew of those released, including these little minis from Benefit. These are $28 each. They're really cute. They are existing shades, but if you don't have them already, they're new to you. I picked up 2. So I picked up this Twinkle Beach, which has Shelly and Dandelion. Those are, you'll see them swatched, but those are 2 famous shades. And I picked up Starry Escape, which this one is, the other was Blush and Highlight, and this one is Blush and obviously bronzer with Via and Starla in there. And those are known shades. Like I said, you might not have them, and it's in a really convenient packaging. If we look back at packaging, I want to show you the Louboutin packaging. I mean, look at that. You're paying for the packaging. You might as well enjoy it. And this one is cute packaging there, cardboard, with a little mirror there. I mean, they're really cute. Speaking of fragrance, as we were with the Louboutin product, these are fragranced, which if you have used Benefit products. I don't know why they have fragrance in their blushes, highlighters, and bronzers. They do. It dissipates, but it's there. If you're new to these products, please know it. Great for travel, though, and we will try them both on. We also have a Tower 28 Lipsoftie Tinted Lip product. This comes in 5 shades. I picked up 2. This vanilla shade, which everybody is talking about and is currently sold out, and this watermelon kiwi shade, but there's 3 others. It's a sheer tint, / lip mask with, interestingly enough, this one is fragranced too, but fear not, they have used a food grade flavoring. So the scent kind of just feels a little bit more natural, and it doesn't really matter if it gets on your teeth or on your tongue or something like that, or you kiss someone hello, it's right near Valentine's Day, they'll be safe. Plus, typical Tower 28 form, $16 each, totally affordable, fun little guys. So we're going to talk about those because it is definitely the era of the lip oil, is it not? And then last but not least today, our Nudestix Nudescreen blush and lip tint and eye tint. So it advertises itself as a blush and lip tint, but can also be used on the eyes, which we'll do in the demo. And I'm wearing it on my eyes right now, when you know. This has a mineral SPF 30 in it, which is kind of cool. It's also a Reef safe SPF. The whole Reef safe thing is a bit controversial. You know, for a while there, if you visited certain countries, they didn't want you to go into the water with sunscreen on because they say the sunscreen deteriorates the life and the ecology of the reefs, the barrier reefs and all the different reefs around and all the creatures that live in there. But the Reef safe sunscreen is also controversial. Everything has to have people squaring up on each side. I will stay out of it. But there's 5 shades of this, $30 each, and I picked up Pink Sunrise and Peaches and Soul. It goes on the eyes too, and we are going to look at that. Now let's go ahead and look at some swatches in 2 different lights. We are going to start here on my arm in Studio Light. We have our Benefit Blush Highlight Palette in Twinkle Beach, followed by our Benefit Blush and Bronzer Palette in Starry Escape, followed by our 2 Tower 28 Lipsofties Tinted Lip in Ube Vanilla and Watermelon Kiwi. And last but not least, our Nudestix Nudescreen Blush and Lip Tint in Pink Sunrise and all the way over Peaches and Soul. But you're going to see the best when we take it outside. You know I get excited, into the warm California sunshine. Here we go on the arm in sunlight. We have our Benefit Blush Highlight, our Benefit Blush Bronzer, Tower 28 in Vanilla and Watermelon Kiwi, and then Nudestix in Pink Sunrise and Peaches and Soul. Pretty stuff. Okay, what I want to do now is go to the initial application. I'm changing things around a little bit in the editing room here, and I'm going to show you me applying this so you can see how this goes on, and then we'll apply all of our other products, and at the end of the day today I will come back and film a wear test with the foundation. So make sure you are here. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, make sure you're still subscribed, as this does happen here on YouTube frequently, and I could use your support. Thank you so much. Let's get to it. I'm holding here this Christian Louboutin Fluid Foundation in shade 20N Nude, and I'm kind of psyching myself up for the burst of fragrance. As you know, I forgive Chanel and Dior because they're fragrance houses. This should smell like shoes or something. Shoe leather, I don't know. Okay, I'm getting ready. Okay, let's see what we think. We'll do one side at a time. I have nothing on my face. You guys know how I do this by now, certainly. Don't worry, there's timestamps. I will make sure to note that here. I have nothing on my face. I have cleaned it. I did the blush segments before. So my face is totally free of anything, frankly, including skincare. And I haven't used primer. I won't be powdering or using any sort of a setting spray because we want to see exactly what this does on its own. Here it is on my hand. A little too light. Woo, that is fragrancy. It's okay. We know what we're getting into, okay? Lately, I have been either spot on or a little light on my shade choices chosen online. And trust me, if I were to go in store, they would pick something else. But again, there is, in foundation, something called perfect shade and preferred shade, and maybe I prefer to go lighter. It does look a little bit more ethereal that way. Okay. Am I crazy getting this fragrance near my eye? Quite possibly. Let's see. So this is full coverage. Hard to get a good full coverage foundation, so maybe we can here. Okay, and on to the neck. How did I do on the shade choice? Way too light? Kind of light and cool? What do you guys think? We'll see if it oxidizes as well, okay? So let's see. Obviously, we have that silly little line down my nose. Obviously, this side has nothing on it. And this side has our new Christian Louboutin liquid in 20 and Nude. All right, I am going to speed this up, put on the other side, and then we'll see the whole face before the wear test begins. Let's go. Okay, what you see me doing at the end there when I'm pressing on my face, you've probably seen me do before if you have been with this channel for a while. I really love, and of course I wash my hands afterwards. You can tell I'm preempting the comments. But I do like the warmth of the hand to make complexion products melt into the skin afterwards. But yes, I wash my hands after. I get all those questions. Okay, well, let's see what we think here. Definitely matte. Definitely lightweight. Fragrance has dissipated. I feared for nothing. Feels nice and breathable. Definitely buildable. That was sped up, but as you see, I added a little bit more here. I had a little redness peeking through because I didn't have as much on the brush, and this side is covered. So I built it up a little bit. Definitely works. Seems to be staying the same shade that it was out of the bottle. Looking good around pores and lines. I will put a little bit, just a little bit of concealer here to cover up the dark pits of despair. New sound effect there. My editing software has not been downloading the dark pits of despair sound effect. I think it was upset with it. So we're trying a new one. Let me know if you can hear it. It's been left out of the last videos. Not on purpose. At any rate, I will cover up the dark pits of despair a little bit with some concealer. We are about to go back to some previous footage and test out all of these blushes, and then I'll combine it all and come back at the very end of the day. It's still really early here, and we'll see how this foundation did. Stay right there. Okay, before we try on these blushes and lip products, let's just have a quick moment of transparency. It's very, very early in the morning. I have not started the foundation wear test yet, because I realized taking on and off blushes is going to definitely disturb the foundation. So I am doing this with pretty much a bare face. I put a little bit of concealer here, and that's it. Then I'll wash my face off with a nice good cleanser, and then we'll start the foundation wear test. However, if this concerns you, I will be kind of putting a look together, and I'll let you know how these products go over foundation, because I do admit that is important, but I didn't want to disturb the wear test. All right, first of all, we have one Tower 28 product already on my lips. This is that vanilla shade that everybody seems to love and is currently sold out on Sephora. And remember, we have this food grade flavor, and it's very vanilla-y and very kind of pretty brown. This seems to be the shade to track down and the one that I hear the most people on social media talking about. So I just wanted to put that on really quickly. It's goopy, it's gloopy, it has a scent, it's an oil. It's not thick or cushiony like a lot of glosses can be, but it's oily, but it's messy. It's got a nice shade to it, but you got to watch it. It's not one to just put on in your car and then run into the store because it will be all over here and here. That's okay though. I'm not upset about that. Let's look at these Benefit Blush Highlight Blush Bronzer palettes. We'll kind of use them interchangeably here. Let's start with our Starry Exchange. And on this one, we're going to start with the bronzer, which is named Starla. Perhaps you have seen it before. It's kind of a rosy, it has a little bit of a shine to it. Someone's aggressively gardening outside because, they saw I was filming, so just ignore it. It's best you can. All right, so I really have to go in there. Now, these Benefit products, let's just warm up the sides of my face with this. These Benefit products are scented. How scented? Pretty scented. I don't know, I'm kind of used to it. And if you're a fan of these Benefit face products, you'll know it's, you know, I get used to it, but there is kind of a perfumey scent. It dissipates, but it's definitely there. I don't know what fragrance they use. You know, I'm not a great ingredient genius. Now, if you haven't noticed, I did warm up the edges of my face with the Starla bronzer. If you've experienced Starla before or you've purchased this one, you might have noticed it is very faint. It's even kind of hard to get a good swatch. Watch. Let me rub my finger in there. You know, you gotta really like, it's funny because a rosy bronzer would be great for a deep skin tone. But by the same token, this is so kind of demure, the way this shade applies, that it's good also for folks with light, fair even skins. So if you have a deep tone, the shade will be great for you, but you're gonna have to build and build and build, and you might want to scream. Okay, we'll save the blush in that for a moment. Let's look at the highlighter, which is another one you'll recognize from Twinkle Beach. That's the Dandelion highlighter. I'm going to take that and just kind of put that on both cheeks. Then we'll try on the, after that, we'll try on the blushes. And again, there's that scent. I don't know, what do we not know about these highlighters? You know, Cookie is the most famous highlighter from Benefit, and many of you have tried it. It's kind of old school beauty at this point. Take a look at that. Gentle little highlighter. They really make lovely highlighters at Benefit if you haven't experienced them yet. That gardening is just getting more aggressive and louder. If I waited for it to be over, I would never film. There's always someone doing something loud. What's wrong with people? Noise pollution. All right, so that is a really pretty one. It's not as pretty as Cookie, their highlighter Cookie, if you've heard of it, but it's, you know, it's very nice. And it's not very strong either, which is really funny because yesterday I did the new Glow Getter Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighter, and it's similar to this in the fact that it's not very powerful. Do I sense a trend, even though this is an existing product? I don't know. All right, I'm gonna show you the other Tower 28, but first, let's try on two different blushes here, shall we? This is, first of all, since I have this palette open, this is the Shelly shade from the Twinkle Beach combo. Yes, it poofs in the air because it's a little bit powdery, but come on, it's Shelly. We all know the shade Shelly. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that on. Shelly is a blush I go to. It does have a fragrance. It does have a perfumey fragrance. I forgive them. They're so old school, Benefit. You know, they've been around forever. They're iconic. I put on Shelly when I don't want to pay attention and I just want to have a blush that can do no harm, because no matter how heavy you put it on, you're never going to look like you're over blushed. I'm still going for it so that you guys can see what it looks like. It's just kind of a pretty look. Switching brushes so as not to contaminate. I'm going to go into the blush shade. We've already tried this bronzer, of course. We're going into the Via blush shade, which you might know. Again, a little powdery, a little perfumey. This one is going to be a little bit more of a shade punch. See, I have to take these off before we do the nude sticks, and that's not going to be good for a foundation test. So I thought I would do this actually first. Isn't that pretty? That's really, really pretty. That's a good one. So, you know, if you haven't played with these before, they're new to you. Sorry that I'm a little bit out of whack here with two different shades. I will take that off before we try the nude sticks. But right now I'm going to run off camera and just take off this Ube Vanilla, and we'll try this Watermelon Kiwi, other Tower 28 shade that I got. So stay right there. I tried to wait out the gardening, but it continues. So here we are with our Tower 28 Lipsoftie in Watermelon Kiwi. Let me give it a sniff. Oh, it's a really pretty scent. You know, it's a Jolly Rancher scent. If I had a dime for every time I said that about something on this channel, I would be quite wealthy, I think, but that's what it is. It's a watermelon scent, and it's a really pretty pink. Again, as you see, it kind of comes out gloopy. See it? And you got to kind of, you know, it's a treatment. Very comfortable though, very nice. Yes, your hair would get stuck in it. It's just really pretty, really nice, feels really nourishing. The price is right on Tower 28 products, $16. If you're thinking of trying it, I'm not trying to say just throw money around like it's nothing. Trust me, I am grounded. But what I'm saying is, in terms of a lip treatment, $16 isn't a lot to waste. I think you'll like it. It doesn't get on your teeth. It's a really pleasant food grade smell. So you're kind of tasting it a little bit and sniffing it. It's kind of nice. Whereas the Benefit fragrance, not so nice, but it goes away and you get used to it. I just want to be honest with you. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take all of this off of cheeks and lips, and let's try our nude sticks. Then I can really wash my face before the foundation trial starts. All right, stay right there. All clean. Talk about being a little off balance. We're going to do 2 shades, 2 cheeks again, this time with our Nudestix Nudescreen blush and lip tint with that really interesting mineral sunscreen in it. So I've got 2 shades. Let's look at Pink Sunrise first, shall we? And this is going to come out of the tube. I'm just going to put it, I mean, you could put it directly on your face, but let's not, okay? I'm going to put that there on the back of my hand, and let's just see. Little bit of a scent. And it might list fragrance, but I just want you to know I'm not sensing it. Oh, really nice. Kind of a watercolor type shade. Okay, let's talk about this really compared to the Milk makeup that I looked at yesterday, which is that cooling jelly stick. I like that this is not a tint as such. This is much more of a kind of a, they're calling it a nude screen, kind of a liquid blush, but it's very subtle and very sweet. That's actually really pretty. Let me put a little bit more on. You could use a brush if you want, but I'm just kind of touching it, kind of patting it in. And I will try this over the foundation, guys, during the wear test, just to see if it lifts up product underneath, okay? Look, it's got a nice little bit of shine. We'll have to see if it highlights texture or pores. A little bit. Let's let it dry down. I think it does a little bit. How can it not? Anything, you guys, that is glowy or dewy is going to be highlighty by nature, and highlight just does that. It highlights. We're also going to put this on lips and, interestingly enough, eyes. Okay, but let's try this other shade. I have Peaches and Soul as well, and I'm cleaning my hands off on my little rag on my lap. And let's see what we get. Oh, I mean, it really packs a punch. I prefer this to a stain. I didn't mind that Milk yesterday. If you haven't seen that video, go back and see it. You can use timestamps. I'll put it up there and get to the Milk section. It's just a stain, and if you don't move quickly, you get a line, you know? Using a brush helps, but I just like the fact that this is a bit more blendable, and I think these colors are see-through and really pretty. You know, when Nudestix comes through, they come through, and I love the fact that this is for, like, eyes and lips. Let's try this deeper one on the lips, shall we? I have a little bit here. Oh, that's really nice. I asked yesterday what you guys thought about multi-use products in yesterday's video. If you're new, I divided up 8 new releases into 4 yesterday and 4 today. And I got really mixed responses. Some people are like, no, I find that kind of gross to use something on lips and eyes and cheeks. I find it kind of unsanitary. And others said they love the pulled together look. That's one of the shades, the peach shade, the Peaches and Soul on my lips. But that applies to the lips very nicely. This is one that I'm finding just as nice as on cheeks as on lips. But it does, being a bit highlighty, it shows texture a little bit. I say be proud of your texture. You've earned it. Your face has gone through a lot in this world. But if it's something that makes you uncomfortable, of course I understand. Now these can be good on eyes as well. So let me just take the palette that is my hand. And this is that Peaches shade. Let's just try it, shall we? I mean, they say to put it on eyes, and I just wonder how that will wear. And this is something we can kind of test. Oh, that's nice. I thought it would crease right away, but it really does kind of sheer out. You see? Oh, that's really pretty. It does sheer out. I'll keep an eye on it and let you guys know if it creases. Using, again, this palette I have going on my hand here of this lighter pink, what do we call it, shade? This pink sunrise shade, also on the eyes. Well, you know, there's nothing wrong with a monochromatic look. And I certainly understand those who said in my last video they find it unsanitary, but I think that's really just going from the tip, lips to eyes. If you're going to make yourself either a plastic palette or a hand palette, and you're not touching one to the other necessarily, or being careful about that, you could get around it. And as you see, well, you have to use your imagination because we have two shades, sorry about that. But as you see, it does create a continuous look that can be very pretty for an everyday makeup look. I hear that we're going into a more glamorous time. You know, we've had the runway shows with gold dripping off everybody and such, and this is a more minimal look. But sometimes runway trends don't have to immediately apply. I thought I would mention it, but still, this kind of minimalist look is really pretty for every day. And you can see the eyes are flowing into the cheeks, and then this side will flow into the lip that I did this of the same shade. And I think that's actually really quite pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, now I am going to film now. I'm going to scrub my face, not scrub it. I'm going to wash it nicely, and then we'll start with a clean slate for the foundation review, which you've already seen. The magic of editing, let me tell you. And then we will continue on with the wear test, and I'll let you know how these sort of things applied on top of it, okay? So stay with me, guys, and use those timestamps if you need to navigate. Okay, we have done an 8-hour wear test today. And I have a lot to say, actually. But let me start with a follow-up that I promised during our blush samples. As you recall, if you have used the timestamps, I'll let you know that I did the blush samples before I started, or the demos, before I started the wear test on our foundation, because I felt that scrubbing on and off different blushes on my cheeks would disturb the foundation, of course, and would make for an inaccurate wear test. But I did want to report back that I have been wearing the foundation now for, 8 hours, about 4 or 5 hours of which I have applied a bunch of these products on top of it just to see. Yeah, they go on just fine. None of these lifted the foundation beneath it. However, this foundation does seem to be kind of really soaks in. It's almost serum-like. And transfer resistant from my experience with it here. But I just wanted to let you know that these do appear, all of these products do apply quite nicely over foundation. I just wanted to get that out of the way, a little follow-up, and to let you know that I am wearing a big mix of them on eyes, cheeks, and lips right now. All that information, of course, is down below. All right, so let's talk about this foundation here, the Christian Louboutin in the shade 20 and Nude. It has remained the same shade. We have not had it oxidize or change color. It's a little light for me, but I bronzed it up and blushed, and I don't really have a problem with it. I don't think it's perfect, but good enough for government work, as the expression goes. Let's take a look at this. As I told you, we had the initial burst of fragrance, and it's a burst. It kicks the door down, but then it dissipates, and I can understand that, and it hasn't been itchy or anything, or made my eyes itch. I put it around the eyes. I was very brave, right? Okay, let's take a look at it here. I have a little bit of concealer here by the Dark Pits of Despair, but I didn't put any on the face so we could see. This is a full coverage foundation. It is holding up nicely here. Actually, nice under the eyes. I do need a little concealer under the eyes, and I would normally have powder, but you saw with my brush, I ran it up around there, and it's holding up nicely. Looking good here, looking good on the cheeks, looking good underneath the blush that I applied on top. Wow, a beautiful foundation. Only issues? That burst of fragrance. And when I say burst, I should scream if I wouldn't blow your ears out. Burst! Of fragrance that dissipates, and the $77 price tag. It depends how much you like to try and play with different foundations. I know many people who, they're not even big spenders, but they are just now buying expensive foundation and they don't experiment with others. If they find one they like, they say this one works for me and it's still cheaper than trying 20 cheaper ones to see what works. Fair point, fair point. So it depends. I will say this, guys. Awfully hard to get a good full coverage foundation. And this does seem to be a good one. Patrick Star with one size has one I really like, actually, in the little tube. And of course there's Estee Lauder Double Wear, but it's been really hard to match Estee Lauder Double Wear in terms of full coverage foundations. This one is full coverage and really, really comfortable and quite lovely if you can stomach that fragrance and the price. So we have all good products here, but do remember the Benefit and the Louboutin are highly fragranced. And the Tower 28 is too, but it's like food grade. You know, we don't have any trouble with our nude sticks with any sort of fragrance. They're all lovely products though. I mean, I'm going to really enjoy this. I don't wear full coverage foundation, but I get more compliments when I do. So perhaps I should take a hint. You know what I mean. All right, here's what I want you to do now. This is what makes us a community. Let me know. I was late in getting this darn thing with the luck of the draw and shipping. So let me know if you got yours and have been playing with it already and what your thoughts are. Did you get the right shade? Did you pick up any of these? Do you need any swatch comparisons? Do you have any questions? Like I said, it's what makes us a community. So definitely ask below. Hey, don't forget to like, share, of course, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.